Hi guys. Do you remember I spoke to you about sort of my early childhood development and which is now the next phase of the journey? And it was part of the interviews I did on Port FM, and we spoke about, the neighbor that took me to the clinic, to the hospital actually, to, go do your vaccination, and you do your teeth, and we had this ice cream Tupperware uh, bucky with the tamati and the bread. So yeah, so that this is actually part of that, but I'm not gonna refer back to that. I don't want to speak about the um you know as I said earlier, that I had about, in total, six near-death experiences, and before the age of three, no, before the age of six, I had three near-death experiences, and I survived all of them. And of course, I survived because I'm able to tell the story. Building on the previous, sort of section about being different, I was very independent from a very very young age. So I remember my mom used to work at Siemens, and I was enrolled at the crash with Auntie Joyce and Teacher Margie and all of them. But it was just too much for me, because it was like a already, my brain did not do routine very well, and institutionalized thinking. So this was the program. So we arrive at the crash in the morning, and then we start singing. Teacher Maggie plays on the piano, and we sing and all of that, same songs, and then we eat jungle oats, and then we go play a bit, and then we come back, and then we do some activities in class, and then it's lunchtime, and we get like minestrone soup or something, some pasta thingy, and then we go play a bit, and then in the afternoon we get, I think, peanut butter, yeah, bread and peanut butter, and then we need to go sleep. And I you can't let a child that's not tired sleep. So I didn't like this whole sleeping thing, especially sleeping on cue. Now sleep. So I wasn't tired, and I identified like a hole underneath the fence, and I used to crawl underneath that hole, and I would skip, and I used to dodge. I dodge, crash. Imagine 3 years old, I dodge, crash. And it got so bad that I was expelled. I was asked not to come back again. So what my mom then did, because she was working at Siemens, she would leave in the morning, give me the key of we stayed in Wendy, put the key around my neck, and she said to me, if you're hungry, you just come home and make yourself something to eat. So I then had my friends, which I played with, which was much older than me, and we used to go swim there by if you go towards at the back of the SPCA, people are familiar, and you go walk past the station, you go all the way, like you're walking towards Silverton. There's a river there. We used to go swim there, and we also used to go to the Checkers in Silverton. All this as a youngster, and I don't know whether you guys know the Vessels family there in Highlands Park, there where we stayed. So those were also my friends, and yeah, I mean, at the one time when I got injured on my head, you know, this thing fell on my head. Urella Davids, it was at her Oma's sort of yard. This thing, trestle was up in the air next to, what's his name? Stafford Augustine's, his cousin Rian, who stays in Lodium. And also, they all, when this thing happened, they all just like, they split and they ran for cover because I was covered in blood. I mean, there's just blood everywhere. And I remember Auntie Maria, that was supposed to be looking after me, because I don't do nannies and thingies, and I just space. I'm a space person. I need to move around. And she took me to the clinic. From clinic, we went to hospital, and yeah. Um, Long story short, they didn't look after the injury well, and it got septic, and my aunt, who was still alive at the time, we went back, and she wanted to sort them out. And but still, I mean, and I got meningitis afterwards, which I recovered from. And the one day I remember it was raining, and then water came into the Wendy house that we were staying. And I was thirsty, and I needed to make. So I was standing in this water, and switch on the kettle, and and this thing threw me through to the. But because I was so embarrassed even to tell my mom, I never told her. I never told my mom I got electrocuted by this kettle. And yeah, I mean, so I've been through all of that. So three near death experiences. And I should have known by then, yeah, I am, when you're chosen and you're protected and you're blessed, that, things, they're going to work out for me, and they're going to work out for the better. But as a child, you don't think about that. I was more concerned that why am I not going to school? Because now I'm at this, school going age, and everybody's going to school. Also, when I used to dodge crash, my friends came out. It's time for them to come home from school and all of it. And I could read, I could write, because it was about advanced, but I could not get into school. So I was supposed to go to St. Martin's, Heilige Martinus, and it's like Engels, and like Papla said, my papieren was er reg nie. So they couldn't enroll me. And it's disappointing, because I am so ready to go to school, but I could not go because of my papieren was er reg nie. Maybe it was also, it wasn't meant to be. And I could have been an athlete for St. Martin's. But yeah, when I eventually, but so we stayed there, and then my mom, yeah, she got married, and we moved, and it, I actually never spoke about this whole marriage thing and how it affected me. I did mention to you guys that, when you get married, you don't just get a stepfather, you get the entire family that you, and as I said, I changed church from being a Catholic to a Lutheran, and I even changed my name at one stage, which I explained to you guys, because my name is Mulligan George Pierce, and everybody else had like very simple, straightforward name, and I just didn't like the fact that it was just too complicated, and I changed it to Anthony Patrick, which was my grandfather's name, and my mom's maiden surname. So, and but it just shows the restlessness in me, and the fact that I just wanted more, and I just wasn't content with the way things were. And maybe that was also the fact that, the step family, sometimes I would do things that, not in front of my mom, of course not. But also, I think she was so busy in this new relationship that you didn't feel like you're getting the attention that you're supposed to. But me being a survivor, I just got into it, and found my way. And eventually, when I got to finally, I went. I was enrolled at Nantes Primary, and as I said, Nantes was the foundation and the sort of the turning point in my life, where a lot of shaping and molding of the person that I am today took place. And I will discuss that more in detail when I discuss the next phase of my I am because of others' journey, where I focus on primary school. So yeah, so three times before the age of six. Uh, yeah, near that experiences. So there are three more, but I mean, if I didn't die then, it means that I'm probably gonna outlive a lot of people. And I'm so grateful for the blessings and the fact that I could, despite those challenges, be able to, work through them and be the person that I am today. So thank you for my blessings. I know there's still a lot to come, and I am ready to receive. And I am so happy that I've undergone this whole journey of trying to make sense and also trying to deal with the anger, the disappointment, the fears, and as I said to you guys, I'm able to travel lighter now. So this whole series that I'm now recording is sort of just to also just touching on some of the highlights of the journey and also what it meant for me as an outcome. So next time we'll talk, it will be about my days at Nantes Primary.